How to use hot cues on the FLX2. This is one of my favorite tools as you can jump around a song and change its whole structure. So what is a hot cue? It's basically a saved bookmark that lets you jump to any point in that song. You could use it to skip breakdowns, jump straight to a drop, or even jump to specific vocal moments that you set. To launch hot cues on the FLX2, we go to our performance pads, hold down Shift and Beat Sync, and once it starts flashing, I'm going to select Hot Cue. This has now activated my 8 hot cues. Hot cues are bookmarked as letters, having A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and H. We'll see these over in Rekordbox. Here we can see our 8 hot cue letters, but nothing has yet been set. To set a hot cue, you're going to scroll through your music using either the jog wheel or your mouse, selecting the part that you would like, and I can click my first hot cue, A. Now remember, I want to have quantize on as this is going to snap the hot cue to the grid. If I didn't have quantize on and I went to set that same hot cue, but my marker wasn't right on the beat, it's going to activate that hot cue not in time. So I'm going to make sure quantize is on, and then as close as my marker is to that first kick, it's going to put my A. To delete a hot cue, you hold down Shift and select the hot cue that you want to delete, and there you go. So where might I want to set my hot cues? If I was taking a look at this track, the vocal starts 1 bar after the song has started. If we think back to our phrasing, this isn't going to match when I mix with another song. So I'm going to set my marker on that first vocal and make my first hot cue. The next hot cue I want to set is at that memorable vocal that we all know. So taking a listen a bit further down the track, there it is. So again, setting my marker, and I'm going to click hot cue B. After a drop comes a breakdown. This is where the energy dips, so it can then be brought back up. But if I was in a really high energy set and I didn't want the energy to dip, I can now skip the breakdown. So I always add a hot cue after the breakdown so I can skip it. So having a listen here, this is all the breakdown, which I want the ability to be able to skip. So I'm listening for when this phrase ends and when it kind of gets back into the music. Right there. So I've now added a D hot cue. Here I have set my hot cues, A, B, C, and D. Anytime I hit them, it will now jump the music to that point. Looking at mixing 2 songs together, this is where we can get really creative. Instead of mixing the beginning of one song into the ends of another, we can use our hot cues and activate different vocal moments or sounds that we've saved while mixing it into our previous song. Let's take a listen. I'm going to start the song by activating a vocal, just at half volume. I might take it out. I know I've got that fun sound saved here. On the new phrase, starting the vocals. I'm going to start swapping the lows, as always. This is how you can really pull apart the structure of a song and mix things up. While we're here, I do want to mention what a memory cue is. Now that is a static marker. Hot cues, we can press each pad and this will jump to that chosen point. A memory cue we set in Recordbox and you cannot jump to the point. It's used just to remember specific moments. So having a look in Recordbox, in this hot cue section, if I select the downwards arrow, at the bottom you will see memory cue. Now either on your Flex 2 or in Recordbox, getting my marker to the moment I want to select a memory cue, hitting cue, and then memory. This has now added this red marker on my music. Using a memory cue isn't necessary. I personally like to add them where a vocal may start or end. I think one of the key parts about being a DJ is knowing your music. And when you first start and you download hundreds and hundreds of tracks, that's definitely one of the most difficult points. So adding memory cues where the vocals are is going to help you prevent clashing vocals when mixing two songs. So in this song, that whole intro, no vocal, you make me feel so good. There. So getting my marker where the vocal begun, selecting cue, either in Recordbox or on my controller, and selecting memory, you can now see I have a second memory point added. Underneath is the timestamp here. Then jumping towards the end of my music, if I take a quick listen towards this whole outro, there's no vocals for that whole outro. So I'm going to add another memory point just here, selecting cue and memory. Remember, memory cues are static markers, so you can't jump to them when the song is playing. They are specifically for you to remember key points in your track. But hot cues are the ones that are interactive and fun. Once you've set them, you can jump around your music. This is where you can have some fun and get creative. Keep practicing and I'll see you in the next episode.